Welcome back, Chuck here at Garden Spot Acres. Video 43 in the tiny log cabin build. We're getting near the end. You saw that we got the floor in. Now it's time for the trim work. And after the floor's in, your vertical trim goes in next. So we're going to trim out the doors on the inside of the framing and along the faces of the framing, here and here. Then once that's on, then you can go ahead and you butt your baseboard up against that. So we'll do the whole doorway here going into the bathroom. Then we'll work our way around with the baseboard. I think she's looking pretty darn nice. I'm going to go ahead and measure from here to here and do our top piece first. Once that piece is tacked into place loosely, I'll go ahead and put these on, and that way I can adjust the top piece to make sure there's no gapping in the top. So let me just take my electronic measurer here, laser measurer. 2 foot 1 5/8. I may have to change the blade on this soon. That flooring really dulled that carbide tip. A little bit long. Let me go whack a little bit off that. Did I get any closer? Yup. All right, just trying to even out. This is a little bit proud, a little bit wider than what you would expect. When you put this on, you want to make sure that your trim around it is seated firmly against this so there's no gap. So this is a little bit wider, little shelf up here, and there'll be a little shelf over here on this piece also, so that my face trim can sit tight against that. Before I even tack that in, I have these tight up against here. I'm going to go ahead and measure for my long piece going down to the floor. I'll make sure I hit the floor with that dot and not the plywood underlayment. 5, 7 3/4. And on this side, 5, 7 9/16. Yeah, I'm hoping I can get through this with that blade. That flooring is very tough. Five foot 7 3/4. There we go. So she's not real tight there. That's good. See, I can move it. You don't want to bind up these floors, you know, with anything pressed too hard against them so they can't expand correctly. All right, so that's going to go in there just like that. It's nice and flush here, nice and flush over here. And you see I have a little gap right here. And I can bring this one down a little bit with a shim so that it's nice and tight. Perfect. I have to run to the shop. I have to get a battery for my brad nailer. and a box of shims. Be right back. There. That looks pretty good. Now we'll go ahead and we'll trim off the faces on the inside and the outside of the bathroom. I am definitely going to change this blade though. Man, I can't believe how dull that got cutting through that flooring. That stuff is tough stuff. Make sure that bushing part stays centered there. Now when I measure for this trim here on the face, I'm going to go up 1/8 of an inch. So this has a reveal of 1/8 of an inch. So I'm just going to tap this against the floor and go up there, and I see, make sure I read the right direction, 67 7/8. I might just go 67 3/4. That's probably good right there. Boy, did that make all the difference changing that blade. Check that out. It's like cutting down through butter now. Ooh, a nice big sliver there. There. Geez, that was in there. Now you see how that's a little bit higher than this. That gives me my reveal. And I'm going to leave a little reveal over here also. Work my way right down here. Now you can see why you leave that a little proud. Look at the gap there. You don't see anything, do you? That's why. Okay. Go pop this side in. Then we'll decide how much we want to overhang the top trim. Have you ever had one of these nails shoot out and get you? You definitely want to wear safety glasses when you're using these. And you don't want to get your hand too close. I made that mistake one time putting oak corner on a sheetrocked archway. And I put the oak corner on, had my hand maybe a 3/4 inch down below where I was nailing, and it hit the metal corner bead that they use underneath to strengthen the corners on the sheetrock. It was actually lath and plaster, but that's what they used. And it came out, one of these hit, went in and out my finger, and I was like this. All I could do was pull it back off. I lived, or at least I think I did. Now I'm gonna go check the windows over here, see what we overhung these. We have a total overhang of 1.5 inches. So I might just do that 1.5 inches. I'm not gonna put the shelf above this door. So I might just go ahead and take the measurement and add 3 inches. So they overhang just like the windows over there totally. So I got 30, make it 33 1/8, I guess. Pop that up there. That actually looks good there to me. I doubt if anybody's gonna come in here and measure anything. How's that look? I think she's really gonna look good with that door in it. Now we just gotta go around the back side here. We gotta finish off on the inside of the bathroom. I don't know if I showed you this light. But I put a light in the bathroom just like we put lights out there in the other room. I just use a little toggle switch instead of a regular rocker switch. So I gotta go ahead and take these measurements now and do the same exact thing on this side that I did on the other side. Then I'll come back with you and we'll start doing some of the baseboard. The outside. The inside. Turn the light on so we can see. Now let's do a little baseboard. We'll start with that little chunk right there. Then we'll move over to this long one behind the door here. Let's see if I can get this in there for that little chunky. 3 3/8. Now let's measure this bigger one. It's nice to be able to get around in here without tripping over stuff. Okay, on this one here, I want to come out just a shade past this. So I got 64 5/16. That'll slip in just like that. Now I need a longer piece for that baseboard, 64 5/16. Slip that down there. And it's just a tad long. That's what I wanted. Just a tad long. That way you don't have gap in your baseboard. And I'm only using butt joints on my baseboard. I'm not going to get all fancy with, 45 miters. Because what I'll do is just come out beyond this one. Come out beyond here. Then I'll cap that off. And she'll look just fine with varnish. Okay, I don't have the luxury of caulking seams and other things that you can do to hide your seams. So I'm not even going to bother trying. So we're going to go with this method using the butt joints. Now I will put a little weight on these, but I don't want to crush down into that flooring so it can't expand. Well, I think that's going to look really nice when I'm done. Okay, next piece. I'm going to measure here. Bring this piece out. So it's a little proud of this face, just like this one is. Then I'll put that piece in. Then we'll put this piece in. Then I'll measure back underneath there. And I may have to cut because I don't think I have the thickness. I think this is too thick or too wide to fit under here for my toe kick. So we'll have to deal with that when I get over to that little piece there. I gotta make sure this is pushed down. I do have to push that down because it is lifting up. 5 5/8. It's in a screw hole. There we go. That's better. One foot 9 13/16. One foot 9 13/16. See how much I got to take off there. And I'll come down here and mark that. And I got to take, oh my goodness, it's like 2 13/16. Now what I think I'm going to do, rather than going under that toe kick right now, I think I'm just going to come around and do this piece here. And I don't have a piece long enough, so I might as well just go use one of those short pieces I have out there. And I'm sure if I bring it out to here, an 8-foot piece will finish this off. So I'm just going to go grab one of those pieces and mark it just like we did on the other side. Maybe that gives us a little bit more light. We got one more piece along this back wall here. See how that looks? I cut that at a 45-degree angle so that when you're looking at the joint, you don't see through the joint and see a black line all the way back. This way you'll see the white wood if you see anything. Trusty Scooter out there, see him? Guarding me, making sure I stay safe. I have 85 3/4, it looks like, for the longest. That's the longest part of it. It'll be back cut. 85 3/4. This one's got to be cut this way, like that. Definitely going to use the hold down clamp here, so she doesn't move. Still gonna have to hold it. I'm glad I put that new blade in there. And wouldn't you know it, I left my pencil inside. So if anything, I want to go a little long on this. And if I have to recut it, I will. But if I cut it a little short, there's no recutting. Okay, she's a little bit long. So I'm gonna go trim off a little bit more off that end over here. Oh, look at that. Look at that joint, isn't that nice? Well, I still have this long section here and around the hearth. And that's it for the trim. But I think I just heard 3 little goats crying up in the pasture. I think it's their supper time. So I'm going to call it quits. Thanks for coming along on the video. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment. Both of those really help getting the video out there so people can see it. I'd appreciate if you guys could hit that like button at least. Could you also share with your friends and families? Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next episode on the tiny log cabin build. Thanks for coming along again. We'll see you on the next video. Hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.